Good morning, students. Today we have to discuss the last topic of our chapter 4, Agriculture, grade 10th, Impact of Globalization on Agriculture. First of all, let's define globalization. Globalization means opening up of economies. That is when business starts operating at international scale. It means when relations are developed between different countries due to trade. So, as you see, globalization is not a new phenomenon. During colonization, also, when European traders came to India, at that time, also, Indian spices were exported to different countries, and especially the farmers of the south, they were encouraged to grow these crops. And if you see till today also, it is one of the most important item of the exports from India. And during Britishers, you have seen cotton was also exported to the Britain from India as a raw material for their textile industries in Britain. And cotton textile industry in Manchester, Liverpool flourished because of the availability of the good quality of cotton, raw cotton from India. So you are aware about the indigo plantations also, oppressive indigo plantation system under which the farmers, they were exploited or they were forced to go for the indigo plantations because indigo was required for the textile industry in Britain. So as you are aware, 1916 Champaran Satyagraha was also done because of this oppressive indigo plantation system, and in Bihar farmers were forced to grow indigo which was needed in Britain for their textile industries, and due to this, the poor Indian farmer was unable to grow the food grains which they required in order to sustain their families. But students, after 1991, Indian farmers were exposed to new challenges because of the policies of the government, and the products of the Indian farmers are not able to compete with developed countries because agriculture in those countries is highly subsidized. So foreign farmers even sell their agriculture products at very low prices in India. So Indian farmers got affected due to this. So now, to make agriculture more profitable, special emphasis should be laid down on small and marginal farmer because 85% of our farmers are small. They have very small land holdings, and you have seen during Green Revolution also that there are certain merits of the Green Revolution. It changed the living standard of the Indian farmer. It gave a boost to the agro-based industry. India became self-sufficient in the food grain production, but there are certain drawbacks also of the Green Revolution, like land degradation due to the overuse of chemical fertilizers and a reduced underground water table. So, in Green Revolution, the more emphasis was laid on modern farming method practices, use of HYV seeds, use of fertilizers, excessive use of pesticides, excessive use of irrigation, and this combines use of this modern technology, combines threshers. So, emphasis was laid on these things on in order to have the bumper output. So, if we got the bumper output, we have the repercussions also. It degraded our lands. The soil fertility of our land got deteriorated because of the excessive use of the chemicals. Underground water level reduced. Underground water seepage was done of all these chemicals. It entered into our water table also. So it has certain health effects also on the people who are residing near to the villages, in the villages. So now the another, you can say, the alternative is gene revolution. So this is the application of biotechnology in food production. It helps in providing disease free crops that resist pests, and thus help in reducing the use of chemicals that harm our environment. So basically, in gene revolution, the emphasis should be on the development or developing that kind of seeds that require less pesticides and other chemicals. And later trend is now, more emphasis is now on the organic farming, which is done fully in the natural way without using these chemicals such as fertilizer, pesticides, so it will not affect our environment in a negative manner. So students, as population is increasing, but due to the law of inheritance the land size is decreasing. So this is not good for the Indian farmer if they continue to work on the small land holdings. So the output will be less from the small size of land holdings. So Indian farmers should diversify. So need of the hour is that Indian farmers should diversify, should expand their cropping pattern from cereal to high value crops like fruits, vegetables, flowers. So this will increase their income and this will reduce the environment degradation also. So they can lay emphasis more on the fruits, medicinal herbs, flowers, vegetable, biodiesel crops like jatropha, jojoba. So these kind of crops they need much less irrigation than our rice or sugarcane, and these are biodiesel crops. So this is an alternative fuel which is similar to our conventional fossil diesel, and biodiesel can be produced from these straight vegetable oil, waste cooking oil. So biodiesel can be used as a vehicle fuel and this is environment friendly also. So we can go for these kind of crops, jatropha and jojoba. So India's diverse climate can be utilized to grow a wide range of high value crops. So instead of going for this rice and sugarcane and wheat, another crops can also be grown by the farmer which are having high value in the market. So that is all with your chapter, students. If you have any query, please feel free to ask.